The issue of fuel subsidy has been controversial since the 2023 presidential election. And Peter Obi, the then presidential candidate of the Labour Party, was one of those asked his opinion on fuel subsidy, and he was quoted as saying that he will remove fuel subsidy. I missed that occasion when he said it, or the video where he said it, but in today's video that I listened to, Peter Obi said two things about fuel subsidy. But when he appeared rambling on the issue, the interviewer asked him to say in one word, will he remove fuel subsidy? And he said yes, but that we must understand exactly what we mean by fuel subsidy, which is a question I've been putting to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and he has been dodging, talking over it. And these apologists, those who are defending him, are also dodging the issue, including Professor Charles Soludo, a former governor of Nigeria Central Bank, Professor Charles Soludo, and also the Emir Sanusi Lamido Sanusi, the Emir of Kano, who was also a former governor of Nigeria's Central Bank. Both of them, I think for political reasons, have been eulogizing President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for the so-called courage to remove fuel subsidy. But unfortunately, and I hope it's not too late to ask them, because Tinubu has not answered. Professor Charles Soludo and Sanusi Lamido Sanusi, both of them should answer the question, what do they mean by fuel subsidy in an oil exporting country? Such that rather than using Nigeria's oil wealth to develop Nigeria, the rulers are shouting of fuel subsidy. Well, from what I gathered from Peter Obi, one, that we must be very clear what we mean by subsidy, and that if you are subsidizing something and you no longer subsidize it, where does the subsidy go? Another question that President Tinubu has been dodging, such that where the subsidy should go, he declare all subsidies gone. So Peter Obi is saying, yes, I will remove subsidy if necessary to plow the money into another area of the economy for the benefit of Nigerians. So it's a different thing from I will remove fuel subsidy. So those who have been quoting Peter Obi and Atiku Abubakar are saying that they too said they will remove fuel subsidy. The Yoruba people say, Pẹ̀lẹ́ Ọláko, Ọlákọ, Ọlábo, Pẹ̀lẹ́ Lákọ, Ọlábo, mo sì kó Ọlápèjúwe. That if you say you met somebody, questions will arise. Where did you meet the person? How did you meet the person? Questions like that will arise. So it is not enough for Peter Obi, Atiku Abubakar, or anybody else to say, I will remove fuel subsidy. Questions of what is fuel subsidy? How will you remove fuel subsidy? What will you do with the fuel subsidy that you remove? The questions like that will arise, which were never asked from my understanding. So the fuel subsidy in Nigerian context, in a nation exporting oil, must be defined so that we know exactly what you mean by fuel subsidy. Because other nations are using oil wealth to develop their countries. And now we have a president who claimed to have removed fuel subsidy, escalated fuel price to unimaginable high levels, yet declaring all other subsidies gone, ending up with sinking Nigeria in worse debts, while claiming to be transferring funds to indigent households. You are not funding education, you are not giving Nigeria electricity. You ask indigent household, indigent students to come for loan. And even the why should there be indigent students when you have transferred funds to indigent households? But of course, somebody paying workers less than living wage, claiming to be transferring funds to indigent households. Anyway, that is the position of Peter Obi as I listened to him on a program of Refresh Nigeria. And that makes more sense to me, that okay, we must know what we are talking about. He has no practical experience because he has not been in government, but he has been hearing fuel subsidy is the obstacle to Nigeria's economic development. More than 2 years after Tinubu removed fuel subsidy, according to his claim, the economy of Nigeria is getting worse and breeding mushrooming and bandits, worsening insecurity of Nigeria. So the economy is in shambles, insecurities are growing. So what are we really talking about? Is that how the United Arab Emirates are running their economy? Is running its economy? Hey, Libya, oh my God, God grant eternal life to the former president of Libya, Muammar Gaddafi, sharing oil wealth with Libyans. Yes, he has the account of all the citizens. Newly wedded have something. If you give birth to a child, you have something. Oh my God. Free electricity, there is no paying for electricity in Libya of Muammar Gaddafi. Provided by government free of charge. Pro bono. For all the citizens, electricity. Not to talk of water. You don't pay for any of this because of oil wealth. So anyway, I give that credit to Peter Obi, and don't be mischievous. Don't be saying Atiku said he will remove fuel subsidy. Peter Obi also said he will remove fuel subsidy, because you have not asked questions. How? In fact, you should start with what? What exactly do you mean by fuel subsidy? It has not been answered. What do you want to do with it? What does fuel subsidy mean in a nation exporting oil, living on oil wealth? All those things have not been. But let us leave that to another thing said by Peter Obi. This time around, I disagree with him. He said what is important is competence to rule and not where a person comes from. And I say no. Both competence and where a person comes from are important, because you cannot wish away ethnic pride and sentiment of people. You can't root it away. And it is as designed by God himself. And so, we who are saying that it is your turn because you come from the southeast, we know what we are talking about. Yes, because no ethnic group can claim monopoly of competent people. And so, you have to reckon with ethnicity. Yes, ethnic pride and sentiment cannot be wished away. And for that reason, Peter Obi should note that those of us who are saying that it is your turn because you come from the southeast, we know what we are talking about. Aha. And what do you mean? The Igbo people have Peter Obi, who is assumed to be competent. And then after his 4 years, he says, okay, I will spend a single term. Why do you agree to spend a single term of 4 years? Is it not because the things should shift to the north? Or it's because you just want no more than 4 years? It's because so that it can rotate north, south, and then zonally for balance, for ethnic and zonal balance. So, don't be saying where I come from is not the important issue, but my competence. No ethnic group has monopoly of competent people. There's no people without competent leaders, appreciable leaders. Be it Obafemi Awolowo, be it Aminu Kano, or Okpabi Asika. So these are among most respectable leaders that you can boast of internationally. And you see, it's not a monopoly. Aminu Kano is from the north, Obafemi Awolowo from the southwest, Okpabi Asika is from the southeast, so that is life. You cannot say only a particular ethnic group will always produce a leader. Will other people like that? However good so